All right, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Marshal of Heldorado, 1950. Give me a 1 out of 5 stars. I hated this flick. Marshal of Heldorado is a 1950 U.S. Western film produced and distributed by Lippert Pictures. Release date April 21st, 1950. Running time 54 minutes. It's got the same cast of actors as Hostile Country, aka Crooked River. I didn't even recognize Hostile River. Crooked River, aka. I didn't even realize Crooked River was the same as Hostile Country until I watched it again and I read the Wikipedia page. I don't even know why Cult Cinema Classics uploaded the same movie with 2 different names. Usually they'll just upload the same movie colorized black and white versions with the same name, but I've never seen them use 2 different names for the same movie until now, which is why I'm completely confused and annoyed that I wasted 48 minutes of my life watching Crooked River for no reason at all. And I didn't remember any of it, which tells me that I hated it just as much as I hate this one. I hate all the Jimmy, Shamrock, Ellison, Russ, Lucky Hayden movies so far. It's 1950, 1 hour, 3 minutes, Marshal of Heldorado. Gets a 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb, only 81 ratings. This is super obscure. And read you the summary from IMDb, since there's nothing on Wikipedia. The summary says the Tulliver brothers are terrorizing the Heldorado, and Shamrock has been sent to round them up, arriving posing as a dude. He gets 2 of them early when they shoot each other trying to shoot him. He just ducks and they shoot each other. After he finishes off a 3rd brother, the Tullivers bring in reinforcements and they rob a bank. With his identity now revealed, Shamrock organizes a posse and they all head out after them. That's pretty much the movie right there. That's a good synopsis, I think. Like I said, it's got Bud Osborne too. I forgot to add him. Dang it. It's got all the same actors in this movie as well, I'll have to go back and look at Hostile Country, because there might be even more actors who were in this and also Hostile Country that I didn't list in the description. Now I'm starting to get irritated. More like this: Hostile Country, Riders of the Whistling Skull, The Missing Juror, and Colorado Territory. Colorado Territory is the highest rated of those 4. Gets a 7.2. This is also shown in a computer colorized version, which is probably on Cult Cinema Classics as well. This was followed by Crooked River, 1950, which is also known as Hostile Country. We've been talking about that since the beginning of this video. Now, here's a positive review. This is a featured review on IMDb from somebody named Adriano Vasconcelos, dated May 2nd, 2023, this year. Very recent. It says they're giving it a 7 out of 10, which is way higher than my rating. Comical Western with Ellison in good form is the title of the review. I have to admit, I got a few chuckles out of it. But I'm just not into these Shamrock Lucky thingamabobbers so far. I'm very grateful for the review by B. Kogan Bing, which enlightened me as to the existence of a James Ellison Russell Hayden team which exploited, spoofed other Westerns. I must say that Ellison is in good form here, always with a friendly smile but ready to punch if the push comes to shove, as happens with two Tulliver brothers who shoot each other in the process. Physically, Ellison even reminds me of Clark Kent as personalized by Christopher Reeve some 25 years later. I thought he reminded me of the George Reeves Clark Kent, but okay. He does look kind of goofy with his glasses. The resemblance deepens with the knowledge that he is in Heldorado town, passing off as an unarmed and jealous nerd. He's a carpetbagger, when in fact he is a gun-ready U.S. Marshal coming to rid the place of the nefarious Tulliver gang. I like the comical touches about the film, notably when the main Tulliver villain receives Ellison in his tonsorial den. He covers Ellison's face with a towel, goes through his pockets and hat, establishing Ellison's identity rank as a U.S. Marshal. Armed with that information, a sharp barber's knife, the battle is poised to the baddie is poised to slit the Marshal's throat as the mayor happily and unwittingly strides in. Ellison actually apologized for the inconvenience caused to the bartender by the intruder. I have to admit that was a little unusual, but it still wasn't enough for 2 out of 5. It's I will say this: it's definitely better than Hostile Country, aka Crooked River. I'll give this one 1.5 out of 5. How's that? Lovely Julie Betty in the credits. Adams is the love interest, but another thorn threatens to burst the happy bubble. Her daddy is in league with the Tulliver cutthroats. Julie Adams is most famous for her bathing suit in The Creature from the Black Lagoon, when the creature takes her underwater in her bathing suit and she's screaming. I've seen that trailer so many times, like I can't even tell you. Thankfully, no muss or fuss. Inform Ellison lays the whole matter to rest without any excessive force, and only a few corpses among genial exchanges between the leads and the rest, goodies or baddies. I really enjoyed this sea pick from Lippert, which opens with 4 horsemen riding their beasts in a manner that may well have inspired the famous introduction to the Bonanza series, which began in 1959. All right. There's Marshal of Heldorado. Boring. I don't have as many good things to say about it, but I don't know. I'll just go down my list. I'm not going to belabor the point. I just didn't like it. It was kind of corny. It was way too corny and boring for me. I'll just leave it at that. I have nothing further to say. So I went to the Latin Mass today, but I didn't see the pastor there. He wanted me to stick around and talk to him after the Latin Mass, but I saw the comely youngin' girl there, the one that I told my son to marry. He hasn't even been introduced to her yet, but that could change next week. This is my son. I want to introduce you to my son, Aaron. Yeah. I hope she comes back next week. If I was my son's age, I would be all over her. I wouldn't hesitate. I'd be like, "Hi, I'm Aaron. Can I marry you?" All right. So I just did Marshal of Heldorado, 1950. Next up is Colorado Ranger, 1950. Then we've got Wild Weed, 1949. Strangers of the Evening, 1932. Renegade television show, and Devil's Partner, 1961. That's my list. I skipped over Crooked River because it was actually hostile country. And I wasn't going to review the same movie under two names, especially after I hated the first one. It's bad when you do movie reviews from each other and you can't even remember that you watched the same movie. I watched an old 50s movie a second time because I couldn't remember if I saw it. And about half an hour in, it started kick in like, oh, maybe I did see this 4 years ago. I'm not going to review it. So at least I caught myself in that instance. But in this case, I went through the whole movie. So there you go. I guess that's the end of my review. Nobody in the chat room today. Where is everybody? Yesterday I had Adrian, Karate Man, and British Crumpet Man all on the same movie review. Adrian left early and British Crumpet Man left early, but of course Karate Man was in the chat room the longest. He holds the world record for most chat room time on my channel. So I'm going to cook some popcorn, maybe do a little cherry Pepsi float with some chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream. I didn't get a letter today from the lady upstairs. I feel neglected. It's gotten to the point where I just I don't even read it. I just stick it in my drawer. And I think her annoying boyfriend is the one who constantly telling her to write me letters. Don't make any sense. They're nonsensical, stupid, and just serve no purpose whatsoever. So they get consigned to my bottom drawer here. See my my drawer case back there? It's on the bottom drawer. Anyways, they're selling a bunch of furniture and stuff blocking the driveway right now. These greedy people, they can't sell the house, so they just sell furniture until it's completely empty, which will be the next time they come. God help me. But yeah, they're leaving tomorrow. My son's going to that Latin Mass in Belmont. I'm pretty excited about that. I guess we'll stick around until after Latin Mass. Hopefully that girl will approach him. We're all I'll like gently shove him towards her. I don't know how old she is, if she's over 18, but man, I think she would be a good daughter-in-law. She could give me like 20 grandkids, and they'd all become nuns, friars, and priests at that. Going to school at that Star of the Sea church that we go to. The priest was criticizing the Vatican quite a bit, and rightly so. Because over the coming months, it's going to get worse, not better. But yeah, I won't go into detail like he did. He just went on for like a half an hour, seemed like. So pretty good sermons. I don't have too many complaints about the sermons there, except for the render under Caesar from Padre Joseph. That guy was having a bad day. His sermon was not good that day. Maybe he's seen the light since then. Who knows? But cool. I want to see if I can hit him up next week. Maybe he can bless our 2 houses and give us that protective gear necklace that he wears in the shower. So yeah, cool stuff. I got my next week I'll light the candle back there, and that'll be a pretty cool prop, Catholic candle for my cult movie channel. Something to irritate Adrian. Laters.